Princess's new non-refundable refundable policy is now in effect, and I'm going to let you know what I have seen about it so far. I'm also going to talk to you about the change that they have made with the final payment window on their cruises. A lot to tell you about today, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It is October 16th of 2025, and if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. A big welcome to all of our new subscribers. We are delighted to have you with us and look forward to seeing you here every day as we keep up with everything that's going on in cruising. And also a big thank you and welcome to those of you that have been with us. Really happy to have you here and appreciate you more than you know. So let's start off. I wanted to let you know we just got home really late last night. We had delays out of Atlanta, and so we got home from our Star Princess cruise. I still have a lot to tell you about the Star Princess, some videos to put out there about some of the excursions that we took, what we did in some of the ports, but today it is more important for you to know what is going on with these refundable and non-refundable deposits, so I'll be getting back to that. Now, I do want to quickly remind everyone that I made a video giving you the information about these changes that Princess is making with the refundable and non-refundable deposits, so I'm going to have Gordon link it. If you sail Princess cruises or you were even thinking of taking a cruise on Princess, make sure that you don't miss that video. I also, when we were on the Star Princess, did a video talking a lot about future cruise deposits. Make sure that you don't miss that one either. It's got a lot of really useful information for you, so I'll have Gordon link that one as well to this video. Those are really must-watch videos, okay, so that you have the information that you need. Now, that change that Princess made with the refundable and non-refundable deposits went into effect yesterday, October 15th. Yesterday we were flying home, so I didn't take a lot of time looking at those fares as we were constantly on the move or else on the plane. But the main thing that I am seeing today, I have looked at a lot of cruises. I looked at Princess Cruises, lots of destinations all over the world, different lengths of cruises, all these different kind of things to look at. The main difference that I am seeing is exactly like Princess said in the press release that they made about that, is that they are going to, I don't know if it's a press release or just an announcement actually, that it is going to cost more to book your cruise, like the actual per person cost will be higher to book your cruises as refundable, and the deposit is going to go up by a lot. So I looked at one of my favorite cruises that I've been keeping my eye on in case we can just go next year, and for that one, it's just a 7-day cruise. To book it as refundable, it costs $100 more per person, and the deposit goes from $500, or in other words $250 a person, up to $1,000 or $500 a person. Now, I just wanted to give you that as an example. What I was really pleased about with that is it is nothing like the difference in cruise fare that we see with Royal Caribbean and Celebrity going with a refundable deposit rather than a non-refundable deposit. Really pleased with that. At the same time, I want you to know that it's going to vary. As I've looked at these, it's going to vary by voyage length and where you go in the world. So that's not going to be the same for all of the cruises, but that's what I've seen all across the board. The cruise costs more per person to be refundable, as well as the deposit goes up. Now, it's really important to think in my mind that, like, the deposit, it goes towards how much your cruise costs, and so it's not like that money is lost. It goes towards the cruise. Now, make sure that you watch my future cruise deposit video so that you have information that I think is going to be really useful. What I will tell you, and is so important that I think a lot of people don't realize, is that a future cruise credit and a future cruise deposit are two very different things. They are not the same thing. A future cruise credit you either get from Princess Cruises for some reason, or you buy future cruise credits buying those Princess promotion packages, and had the pleasure speaking to people. Some people, like on our cruise we were talking with, they feel like they've gotten their money out, they haven't lost anything, but they would never do that again. Other people didn't get their money's worth out of it, they would never do it again. So that's just a window to your world there as far as those packages go. But the future cruise credits can be applied to a booking, right? And like if you have a $200 future cruise credit, it gets applied to the booking. It just comes off the cost of the cruise, okay? Future cruise deposits are $100, literally future cruise deposits that you can only buy when you're on board the ship. As you apply them to your booking, like when you make a new cruise, you get extra onboard credit for applying those. That comes with it. And that $100 per person takes the place of the deposit on all the cruises except for ones that are 45 days and over. If a cruise is 45 days and over, you can't use a future cruise deposit on it. But the lovely thing is, for example, if the deposit per person is $500, then that $100 takes that place. You only receive credit for applying $100 to the cost of your cruise, but you don't have to shell out the $500, right, per person. If you end up canceling it down the road and you book that non-refundable deposit thing, you only lose the $100 deposit. I think a lot of people don't understand that those future cruise deposits will be non-refundable if you book a non-refundable deposit. If you want them to be refundable, you have to book the refundable deposit. That same thing goes for your money, and you cannot change your mind down the road. Like I said in my video the other day, your booking stays the way you book it, okay? So I want you to keep all of that in mind and kind of have in your mind how things are working so far. I'm really excited to see how it works out moving forward. I want to hear from you in the comments if this is going to change the way that you book cruises. In my mind, it should not change the way that you book a cruise. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because here we are now in the fourth quarter of 2026. January 1st of 2026, 2027 is next year. Cruises are already being booked in 2028 right now. Before COVID, we saw a lot of people traveling. We saw some tight supply on some cruises that were really popular, but it was a lot easier to book a lot closer to the cruise that you wanted to take and be able to get the cabin that you wanted and be able to get a great fare on it. That is changing on a lot of cruises. On some cruises, it's not, but it is really changing. And it is not only changing on, like, you think of Japan or the Mediterranean or going to Antarctica, but it's changing a lot even on Caribbean cruises, because with more people traveling, it tightens things up a lot. So if there is a particular cruise that you want to be sure to be on, you need to book it in advance. I am seeing more and more that a lot of times, like when cruises are first released, the price is better often than it is for the whole time that cruise is for sale. Every once in a while the cruise fare goes down and you can grab that or ask your travel agent to get it for you. But a lot of times the best price truly is when it's released. Not always, but be aware of that. And so, like I said, if you want to be on a certain cruise, you need to book it. If you don't care, if you're on that cruise or you don't care what kind of cabin you end up, you can watch it a little bit as it gets closer and closer and decide if you're going to book that cruise or not. When I choose cruises, I very much choose them on purpose. I don't ever think, well, we've got a week, just pick something. That's not in my world. And so it's not going to change how I book cruises, because I want to be on the cruises that I want to be on. And so for me, it's not going to make a change. I do buy several cruise deposits every time I go on a cruise. As I'm running out of future cruise deposits, I always have those in my pocket. And so make sure that you do that, okay? But I want to hear how this is impacting how you do things, okay? The other really important thing here, the second thing I want to make sure that you understand today, is that Princess October 8th, and I only noticed it. I started to notice it on new bookings. I did not see any information come out on that until just yesterday. On October 8th, Princess made the change that if you have a cruise that is 13 days or less, the final payment is going to be due 90 days out, like we have been used to for so long. But if your cruise is 14 days or longer, that final payment is now going to be due 120 days out. So in other words, approximately, instead of being 90 days, approximately 3 months, you're going to be moving to 4 months out. I don't see a big difference in that. By the time that you get 4 months out from a cruise, you should know if you're going to be taking that cruise or not. I don't think that that is a substantial change. Clearly, they want their money faster. I think it's really important, whether no matter when your final payment is due, that you have insurance. And so don't let insurance and having insurance go under your radar. Okay, I've done some videos talking about insurance. I can do more videos talking about insurance. but I really think insurance is really important. Okay, so that's going to play there. Let me know if changing the window of time that you have to make that final payment is going to make a difference to you as well in when you pay for your cruise. Not when you pay for it, in whether or not you book a cruise that's a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing from all of you. Let me remind you, I want to know if the changes to the deposit thing are going to change how you book cruises and how you look at your schedule. And I also want to know if the change in how soon you have to pay your cruise is going, in full, is going to make a difference too as well. I do want to note that as I think about this, a lot of the cruise lines are very similar. A lot of them, you either have to pay more for your cruise and or more for the deposit to be able to have that refundable deposit. The only one that comes to my mind is Norwegian so far. $125 deposit most of the time per person, and it's refundable. But then you have to cruise on Norwegian. So if Norwegian's going where you want to go, they've got the vibe on their ships, you enjoy their cruises, that's awesome. If not, you're going to have to navigate this, and we'll do it together here. It's such a pleasure to get to be with all of you here. I've got so much to tell you about the Star Princess and all this news that we missed while we were on board the ship and telling you about the ship. So stick with me as we move forward. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.